everyone and welcome back to another Decorate With Me video for my flip-flop travel journal. Today I'm going to be working on the last few pictures of day 2, and this part is on Lokrum Island, and we visited the Iron Throne there from the series Game of Thrones. And I'm going to be using the front of this map to make a background for the pictures. It is a bit too big, so I decide to cut out the frame. And then I decide to glue down the pictures together already so that I can turn it into a journal card on the back side. The little squares you see with the house sigils, I'm going to cut the corners open, as you can see now, because I want to be able to slide in the picture beneath those corners. I then did some sewing as well, and now you can see that they fit in the frame perfectly. I'm then going to use another piece of the map to back the pictures with, to turn them into a journal card. I'm then going to distress the frame and the journal card paper. And once I'm happy, I'm going to glue down the frame to the page. I also added the Game of Thrones logo. I then want to do some stamping, and I'm going to stamp this number on top. And this is one of Sam Poole's stamping sets. Honestly, I can't remember which one it was. Because the stamping wasn't really smooth, I tried to cover it up with something. I'm going to use this number strip from Tim Holtz. And then I want to use another number strip on the side. And once I'm happy, I'm going to attach the journal card to the back and I'm going to put it inside the frame. And now it's time to start working on the next two pictures. I'm going to use some leftover piece from the map and I'm just going to tear the edges because I want to use it to do some layering. And I've also used some other parts from the suitcase tickets like this one and some labels. And I'm going to distress all of the pieces. Once I'm done distressing all of the edges, I'm going to glue everything in place. And then do some sewing, and I'm going to do some stamping as well. I'm going to use this big travel stamp from the stamp set Documented. And I'm going to stamp it with some archival ink in frayed burlap. And I'm going to do that on the bottom as well. And once I'm happy, I'm going to stick it down to the page. Then I want to add some of the sellotape. And then I'm going to add some words, and these are from the clipping sticker set from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to use two of them. The first one says traveling the world and the other one says all of the world is beautiful. And I'm also going to ink around the edges just a bit. And I'm then going to use some stamps, which are also from Tim Holtz. And lastly, I'm going to look for some snippets or number strips to add. I'm then going to distress all of the edges and do some inking and then stick them down. For the next page, I decide to glue down this piece of map to make the page a bit more sturdy. I'm not going to turn it into a pocket or anything, I'm just going to stick it down. I'm then going to work on the last 3 pictures of that day. But then I decided that I wanted to do something more on the back side of the journal card with the 2 pictures from the Iron Throne, and that is add some ribbons. I only recently started using rub-ons, but I absolutely love these. Then I want to do some stamping, and I'm going to use this ruler, and this is from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I absolutely love those ruler stamps, they're so cool. I'm going to add some decorations, and these are from Minte Papers travel die cut set. Lastly, I'm going to add a number strip and a snippet. And with that, the journal card is finished. With that, the journal card is really finished. The only thing I'm going to add is a tab. And I'm going to add a sticker as well, and the sticker says "Love this." Then I want to add this hidden paperclip. I actually have a video of this. I've made these a while ago. I will link it down below. But I thought it would fit because it is a travel theme. And then on the back side of this page, I'm going to see what I want to put behind, because I want to create a spot for journaling that you can just tuck into the hidden paperclip. I have this leftover whale tail tab. This is a single one, and I decide to glue it down to the pictures for some extra interest. I'm also going to look for a label. These ones I made myself using the Tim Holtz tin lids, the dies. I'm going to use the bigger label as a small journal card. And I have this leftover piece of tag, and I want to use it as a decoration, and I'm going to roughen it up with some Distress Oxide sprays. I'm then going to do some sewing, and I also added 3 eyelets to the tab, and then I'm going to stick it down to the page. I found another small piece of tag that was left over, and I decided to add that as well for a small journal spot, and I'm going to add a date stamp as well as the destination stamp from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to tuck that beneath the hidden paperclip as well. Then I want to add some decorations, and I'm going to add some snippets and some stamps. And lastly, I want to add another journaling spot to the hidden paperclip, and this is a piece of map that was left over as well, and I crunched it up a bit, added some tape, did some folding, stuff like that. Then for the last page, I'm going to create a cluster pocket, and I'm going to use the same map pieces, but I'm also going to use this corrugated cardboard, and I want to just stress that a bit to make it look very old. And I've used some distress sprays, the oxide ones, and I've used Rusty Hinge, Vintage Photo and Ground Espresso, and I really love the grunge that you get. And I'm also going to add some of my homemade labels, and one of the labels is from Tracy Fox. Lastly, I'm also going to add some real vintage tickets and some 49M market tickets, and then I'm going to assemble the cluster. As you can see, I sometimes change my mind last minute because I have an idea on where I'm going to put all of the elements, but sometimes while I'm gluing things down, I change my mind and just glue it somewhere else. And lastly, I'm going to do some stamping. I then want to add some hardware, so I'm going to add a mini paper clip. This is just purely for decoration and it's not really functional. I'm not going to tuck anything in there. And I'm also going to add 2 of the mini eyelets, and once I'm done, I'm going to stick something on the back because I want to turn this into a pocket. So I'm going to glue down some leftover map to make the inside flat so that you can slide something in there smoothly. I'm then going to glue it down by gluing down the edges only to create the pocket. To go inside the pocket, I've thought of these index cards first, and I thought maybe add 2, but later on I decided to use a bigger manila tag, and this is one of the repair tags. And this tag is quite big, so I actually really liked the size. It really did fit better. I decided to heavily distress this with my oxide sprays again. I'm going to use Rusty Hinge, Vintage Photo, Ground Espresso and a tiny bit of iced spruce. I'm going to spray it directly on the tag, and then I'm going to add water and dry it a bit. And I'm also going to mop it up a bit with a paper towel before I dry it. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back of the tag. I'm also going to spritz some water on it to lift up a bit more of the ink. And once I'm happy, I'm going to use some ground espresso around the edges. I really like the grungy effect, and it totally matches the corrugated cardboard. I'm then going to do a bit of stamping on the tag, and on the back side of the paper, like the background paper, I'm also going to add a few decorations here and there. And with that, we're nearing the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the end result pictures. If you did like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to add any questions or comments down below. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel and you're new here, welcome. I really hope you will enjoy my content. And if you're not yet subscribed, please consider to do so because it really helps the channel grow and it's greatly appreciated. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!